Check, 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 check. Good morning, everyone. If we can ask you to slowly get seated. All right, I have to put on my professor's voice. Good morning. It is the teacher's voice and when you're a teacher, you're always a teacher. So please come. We have seats available. Please come and have a seat. There's plenty of seats available. So please come on up. We have a couple more minutes before we can get started. All right. Well, I tell you, this lobby has been transformed, and I think coming in this morning, I had to take a re-look again and said, "This is my building, am I correct?" So, all right, everybody here? Can we have a seat up here, please? Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I'm Sri Sundaram. If it's too loud, I will make sure that I'm Sri Sundaram, Dean for the College of Business and Economics, and absolutely proud and privileged to welcome all of you this morning for this wonderful celebration, the groundbreaking for Landmark Hall. I couldn't. You know, there is a joke, but I think it's partially true. Terry, I think when I was being interviewed for the job, I think one of the criteria was making sure that is Shri qualified to move this project forward. So that's what Morteza said. Oh, absolutely. But as a dean, I'm so proud that this is a project that's come to fruition. And before I get started to talk a little bit about the importance of the project, I want to make sure I'm able to recognize the dignitaries here present today, starting with the university. I know President Alva had another function, but she will be joining us a little bit later. But we do have our philanthropic board chair, Dr. Tam Nguyen. Tam. And we have our board of governors, Scott O'Brien, Scott and Deanna. Scott here. There you are. Thank you. And we have our former president, Fram Vergy and Julie Vergy here. Well, Fram, I think we have had many conversations about the project, so I appreciate your presence here, both of you. We have our provost and VP of Academic Affairs and my boss, Dr. Debrian. VP of the University Advancement, Kim Shiner. AVP Saurabh Singh, other members of the university leadership, and I see many of my colleagues, my deans and other provost cabinet and president cabinet members. Again, thank you for being here. I will be remiss if I didn't recognize a couple more people. One, Dr. Anil Puri, former dean and provost. Anil, I was told 2010. Terry tells me 2010 is when we made the call. And so we wanted to make sure, thank you for, again, your vision for the center that I think brought us here today. So I appreciate it. And I know Dean Morteza Ramatian is traveling, but I wanted to recognize, Dean Ramatian because he was really at the initial conversation about the project and working closely with Terry and Callie, so I appreciate that. And I want to make sure we recognize him here today. So thank you. Our esteemed guests, Terry and Callie, thank you. And Callie, I'm going to be a little biased here in saying that I had the opportunity to see Terry a few times in the last 3 years, but thank you for being here. Your presence means a lot to us. So thank you again for both of you, and I'll formally introduce Terry in a little bit, but I really appreciate your presence here. Thank you. Mr. Charlie Zhang, I had the pleasure, Charlie, as a dear friend, to hear your words of wisdom when Tom was interviewing here just a week ago. Again, thank you. You've been a champion of the center for many, many years and a strong supporter for everything that goes on here in the Titan community. Thank you. Joe Karen Madera. Joe, we had a nice conversation last night. Joe is a dear friend of Terry, and we get the privilege of seeing some of the photographs from years ago, but we can't share it. But Joe, you again, a tremendous supporter for the center and everything that you've done for our students. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Karen, for being here. And we have friends of Myrna Earhart and supporters of the Earhart Institute of Leadership Studies. And I'm very fortunate that we were able to spend some time with many of them last night. But I want to start to recognize with Mr. Harry Rosenberg. Harry, thank you for being here. Appreciate you and your wife being here today. Thank you. Making the journey and being presented, really appreciate that. Peter and Sharon Fikowski. Peter, Sharon, thank you. Your support means a lot for this to happen and for us to be able to have the Earhart Institute of Leadership Studies. So thank you so very much. We have George Martinez. George, thank you. It was great to go back to my old days of talking about banking with George. So George is a banker by heart, but he said yesterday or day first yesterday was his last board meeting, so he's officially done and available to us. So thank you, George, for being here. So Jerry Batten and Stan Carpenter. Jerry, Stan, thank you again for your support. Your presence means a lot to us, and we appreciate it. Linda's right. Linda, your talk was moving yesterday. Your passion for Werner's work and your presence again and your support. Thank you for being here. And Michael and Cindy Wallman. Michael and Cindy, thank you. Thank you again for being here. And I know there are many, many more board members from the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership, from the Dean's Advisory Board members that are here. A warm welcome to all of them. And also to my colleagues, our faculty, our staff, and our students who are a critical part of this journey. So a very warm welcome to this special occasion. So please, a nice round of applause to all of my colleagues here. And I want to make sure we are able to recognize the legislators and the representatives present here. And I'll start out with the Mayor Pro Tem of Fullerton, Mayor Fred Jung. Is Mayor here? If not, thank you for his office. And we have representatives from the various offices, starting with Senator Tom Umberg. Thank you for being here. Assembly Member of Avellino, Valencia. Thank you. Representative Luke Carrera. Thank you. Supervisor Doug Shaffey. Assemblywoman Sharon Quick-Silva. Assemblymember Cotty Petrie-Norris. Thank you for being here. Senator Bob Archuleta's office representative here. Okay. And Assemblymember Philip Chen. Is there anyone I'm missing at this time? Please let me know. We want to make sure we recognize you. Thank you again. I'm going to take just a couple of minutes to tell you why this is such an important project for all of us. You know, what we do here at Cal State Fullerton and the College of Business is we're in the business of changing lives. We have over 50% of our students are first generation, come from humble beginnings. Many of them are Pell Grant recipients. And what we do here is every student we graduate, we not only change their lives, but change the lives of many of their families. And I'm going to talk about one student here, just as an example of what the center is able to do. And her name is Selena Andrea Liu. Selena has cerebral palsy. And this impacted her ability to walk long distances, but also lose confidence in the way she could lead. But she decided to come to Cal State Fullerton because of the proximity of the buildings and the classes that she can get to. But she found the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership, and she decided, I want to engage with this center. She started meeting various executives during the various opportunities and the events that was held by the center. That gave her the confidence. She met several executives that turned out to be mentors for her. And today, I'm proud to say, she joined Ernst & Young and we have an alumni as an associate, and very proud to say she's an alumni. And that's the opportunity and the impact the center can have on our students. So when we talk about Landmark Hall, now the ability to offer this opportunity to all of our Titan community, that's what the Landmark Hall can do. And that's what we want. So we truly appreciate the impact the center, the college, and the university has on our students and changing their lives. The second thing for me that makes it exciting about this Landmark Hall is that we are an institute of higher education. Thought leadership is in our DNA. So when we look at the Earhart Institute for Leadership Studies, what that allows us to do is really to archive the works of leadership scholars, beginning with the work of Mr. Werner Earhart. An opportunity to bring that, Terry, thanks for bringing that opportunity, working with all of the Landmark the team to be able to bring that. That is a phenomenal opportunity. We know there are many lives Mr. Werner Earhart has impacted through his teaching and his work. And many of you are here. And the Earhart Institute allows us to build upon the thought leadership, to archive and bring other leadership scholars here, and become a resource for leadership scholars to do work in the future. And that thought leadership is important for us as a college and a university. And I think that's the second thing that excites me about it. And the last I'll conclude here is, community engagement is a big part of what we do here in the College of Business. We have 13 centers, multiple programs, 6 departments that are engaging the community, having an impact. Our mission is to create positive social impact and economic impact. Scott and Deanna, we have overused your space of this O'Brien Innovation Space. We need some more. So thank you for starting that. But the Landmark Hall is going to have an auditorium, a trading room, multiple spaces where we could hold events. And that is another way for us to create excitement, is the ability to anchor a new building here where we can hold event spaces and engage the community. So that is really why I think the Landmark Hall project is so important, not only for the college, the center, and the university, but for this community. So with that, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who made this project and the dream possible. And Terry, again, as I said last night, thank you for allowing us to dream boldly. Appreciate it. Now it is my pleasure to welcome our next speaker, Mr. Sarab Singh. I think Sarab is already regretting giving me his cell phone number because I've been calling him every time. But he's the man who's going to be in charge of the project and working very closely with our team. He is the AVP for Capital Programs and Facilities Management and will be overseeing the construction of Landmark Hall. Sarab.
Good morning. So this is the day that I've been dreaming for last 4 or 5 years. I think there are people here who've been dreaming for 10 years, I understand, or more. So groundbreaking is a milestone for any project. It's a time for celebration and reflection. It's when the vision of the project starts to take shape. We have overcome the challenges of yesterday and prepared to face those for tomorrow, anticipating the grand opening now. So now we'll be starting thinking where the grand opening is going to be and who's going to be invited and all that. Groundbreaking is a moment to thank and acknowledge, and we gather for that purpose, hoping the project will be blessed and become a safe haven for supporting the university's mission and serving students, staff, faculty for years to come. We owe our presence here to the vision of our leaders. And I'm going to, there are so many of those leaders are here, but I'm going to particularly remember Dr. Ali Ajadian, a true visionary. And thank you. I still remember attending the first meeting for this project and thinking before going to the meeting that it's going to be another fundraising exercise with not much of the outcome or little outcome. But when I went to the meeting and met Terry right there, that coming out of the meeting, my perspective has changed. That commitment and dedication were evident right there. So that's where we are here with the team that he's brought. I want to thank the advancement team, provost office, dean's office, and who are the willing partner on this adventure, and flexible with clear expectations. That makes my job easier. We know what they're looking for. I want to thank the CPDC team from the Chancellor's office. I know nobody is here today, but I want to thank them. This led by Paul Gano, the Associate Vice Chancellor, and his staff, particularly Hong Lin, who's our planner, for their support. I'm going to go thank the project construction and architectural team, consisting of DPR Construction, led by Robert Stokes, and Andy Rosdell, and Steinberg Architects, led by Kim Patton and Mike Miller, along with their engineers, consultants, subcontractors. They deserve our thanks. This team has patiently worked with us for the last couple of years to bring the project to this phase and will continue until it's completed. Lastly, I want to thank my own team, CPFM team, Laura, John Spencer, the project manager, Madison, John Ramirez, Leo Lopez, and all of their staff. They are the piston and the machinery that works, that pushes the project. I'm only the face of it. They're the one who makes sure the project happens. Special thanks to VP Porter and his staff for the support, and the budget office under the leadership of Lale Graley, and all of our campus partners. They deserve a recognition. Thank you all for joining on this dedication and celebration. Thank you.
Well, talk about We Porter. I was just joking with Alex. He said, hey, listen, I'm going to be having Mai Tai in Hawaii. So wish you all the best. Have a wonderful celebration. So I'm absolutely, we're going to enjoy. Shall we see the video at this point in time for the Landmark Hall? What's exciting about the Landmark Hall, the new home for the Johnson Valley Center for Leadership, is the transformational effect it will have on our students and the university community. But what's unique about us is our student body. We have many of our students are first generation, and many of them come from humble beginnings. So what we focus on is not only what we do in the classroom, we focus a lot on growing them as an individual. The Leadership College program, the Meet the Executives program, all of these various programming offered through the Center for Leadership transforms our students and the confidence that they gain at the end of it. And that's the huge impact of this new level.
The grand foyer of the new building will welcome all guests and invite them to participate at the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership. Visitors will be able to come to the resource room to access the latest thoughts in the leadership field. On the second floor of the building will be a beautiful 160-seat auditorium, which will be a destination for executive speakers as well as for larger scale leadership training courses. One of the great features on the third floor will be our training room. The training room will be a wonderful destination for executive leadership development. Off of the training room, there will be an indoor-outdoor terrace, which will have a beautiful space for collaborations, beautiful space for networking. The Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership was founded to infuse leadership into every level of the university. This building allows us to take all of those efforts to the next level.
If you look at Terry Giles and the legacy he's going to leave along with his wife, Callie O'Malley, he's come from humble beginnings, but he's able to achieve so much success. And what he wants to do is to provide an opportunity for our students. The truth is, leadership comes into everybody's life. One of the things I'm excited about is we hope to design courses in the Center for Leadership that will be used in all of the academic areas that make up Cal State Fullerton. What's going to happen in this building, and the courses that we're going to design and put out for this building are going to change lives. I would say to all alumni, if you haven't been out here recently, come on out and take a look. I think it'll blow you away. To come back here and to see everything that's happened, and now to be able to play a part in that has been unbelievably fulfilling. This building is really, it's the beginning, not the end of what we hope to do here.
Terry, I can do a formal introduction, but I think I'm going to speak from the heart. Always gets me in trouble sometimes, but your success as not only a defense attorney, but a successful businessman, and all that you have done to support us as a center, college, and your vision that both of you had about developing the next generation of leaders, that is incredible. That's what allows us to dream this way. What I wanted to also, let people know is that, if you know Terry's story, I have a copy of his book, 15%. If you want, we should read that. But he came from humble beginnings, and what he has seen is that the ability and the impact of leadership that can provide and impact our students. You're a Horatio Alger recipient. You are, philanthropic board member now for the third term. And you had multiple honors bestowed on you. But I think the legacy you and Callie are building through this Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership, the Earhart Institute for Leadership Studies, and Landmark Hall will be there forever. So with that said, please put your hands together and welcome Terry Giles.
Well, thank all of you for being here today. So, Rob, I just want to say that working with you and your team has been an absolute pleasure. I have been involved in a number of building projects, both personally and with my companies, and if you bring this baby in on time, it'll be the first time I've ever experienced that. But if anybody can do it, you and your team are the ones to be able to do that. I thought it might be interesting to talk just a little bit about how I got back involved with Cal State Fullerton, even though I graduated from the school now 54 years ago, which seems unbelievable to me. Really, a good friend of mine, going all the way back to senior in high school, Joe Madero, was the one who really kept tugging on me to get back involved with Cal State Fullerton. I know a lot of you know Joe. Some of you know the story that when we were seniors in high school, we had the opportunity to take part as employees at the big event that was always held at the Palladium in those days for all of the teenagers that were having Easter, now called spring break. And Joe and I were both employed to be bathing suit models on the stage there. Joe, stand up and show him that bathing suit body. September 17th, 2010. Why will I always remember that date? A couple of days before that, I received an email from Dean Puri, Anil, and it's so great to see you here, Anil. And he invited me to come to his office for coffee at 2:30 in the afternoon on September 17th, 2010. I knew that Anil is a well-known economist, and I expected to go there for coffee. What a nice invitation to go there for coffee and to talk about the economy with such a distinguished man. When in reality, I now know that he had this thing called a Center for Leadership in mind. And so I walked in expecting to have coffee, and I walked into a very well-organized, absolutely charming shakedown. Anil, I just want to say publicly how grateful I am that, number one, you had the idea for the Center for Leadership. Number two, I had the great fortune of you including me. And number three, for having the skill set and the vision to ask Jay Barbito to actually become the manager of that center. And as you know, he has done an incredible job. So Anil, thank you, and Jay, thank you. I should not be given too much credit for what is happening here today, because the truth of the matter is there are so many people here today, and some that couldn't be here today, that are responsible for this moment. The Center for Leadership is really being built. That building that'll go up here is really the product of a number of stakeholders. First of all, there's the university and the wonderful array of academic disciplines that exist on this campus. And I don't care what it is that you want to be later in life, whether you want to be an elementary school teacher, or you want to be a nurse, or you want to be a politician, or you want to be a businessman, every single field needs leadership. And the Center for Leadership and the idea behind the Center for Leadership is brilliant from the standpoint of what it will do for the students and their minds as they come through this great university. And Cal State Fullerton, I mean, when I went here, Nutwood was a dirt road through an orange grove to get here. And to see where it is today, and to know that the business school is the #1 business school in California, #2 in the nation, is absolutely incredible. And it's a series of deans now being followed up by Shri, who has absolutely been an incredible partner in this goal to build this building and to create this center. The second very important stakeholder is the business community in Orange County. The business school in the business community in Orange County in Southern California recruits tremendously out of Cal State Fullerton. And they are extremely important to not only the operation of the community in general, but to funding so much of what happens here at this university. And to have their support for this center. And yes, they will benefit from it, but they are creating an avenue, an opportunity that will be so much greater than what the students will be able to provide even to their businesses, although that will be tremendous. And then the third stakeholder happened to be through my involvement with Landmark, knowing Warren Earhart, knowing Mike Jensen, who was the leading guru out of Harvard until he passed away short time ago. And it is an opportunity here to create something unique, a place where 50 years from now, if people want to come and study the papers or the work of the leadership gurus, not just now, but those leadership gurus that right now aren't even a gleam in our eye, my hope is that they will come to Cal State University Fullerton and the archive that we intend to build there. One of the things that we hope to fund besides the building is a $2.5 million endowment that will have a cash prize each year for that person within the academia around the world that has the greatest, best idea that in that particular year in the area of leadership. In that way, we can hold a competition with a cash award of $100,000 to $125,000 to the winner that will be the equivalent of the Nobel Prize in Leadership. By doing that, we will attract, I believe, the top 10 of the, first of all, we'll be able to attract a lot of people bringing their resumes and telling their story to us. We hope to have the top 10 that will be on campus and give a 45-minute lecture to our students. And the winner, I hope, will consider allowing us to be the holder and the archive for their work so that we can perpetuate what we're doing over a long period of time. So there are so many people out there that I need to thank. And I've just been lucky to have come here on a debate scholarship and have this school turn out to be as spectacular as it is. Lucky to have experienced 3 unbelievable deans of the law school, of the business school in succession. Shri, you have been remarkable. If there's 2 people that I believe this could not have happened without them, it is you and Fram. We've been so lucky to have the support of presidents after Fram. We've been so lucky to have the support of deans before you. We are so lucky to have the administration here in the school that has changed, even while we've been involved in this project, to continue to support it. And I have to tell you, without your efforts, without your support, without your being champions for this project, it would not have happened. And I'm just lucky enough to have known all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. You inspire us with your leaderships and lead us by example. So thank you so much. The next person I want to invite to the podium is a dear friend and a role model. When Charlie came, the story all of us know, from China, he had $20 in his pocket, and at heart, he's an artist. Music flows in his blood, and OC dance and music is a big part of his life. But he's made success as a business, the original founder for Pickup Sticks, and now as a real estate developer, but more importantly, a champion for the Center for Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership. His passion for our students is always a call as like, Shri, I want to do this so that the students can benefit from it. And it's always a phone call or a lunch away from what he does for our center. Charlie, thank you for your big heart and the support. Please come on up. Please put your hands together for Charlie.
Thank you so very much. Good morning. This is a great moment. This morning we all the community leader, all the business associate, all the bigger fan of our Titan, you're gathering together. The one thing we want to remember, June 8th, that's the day we're going to have a groundbreaking. Many years ago, with your leadership vision to put this idea together, I believe at 2.5 years at outside the tents, we engaged. Now we're married. We're going to have a baby 2 more years. The construction time.
time clock kicking. 2 winter, we have a beautiful building gonna land here. So that's a joy. We don't know how we can use ourselves, but I'm so happy. Many students, especially you mentioned the first generation, they can use, and I really enjoy that moment. With your leadership, role model, the good pattern, I will remember forever. God bless you. Thank you.
I will be remiss if I didn't recognize a partner in crime for Charlie. Behind a successful man is a very strong woman. And Charlie, we miss Ling, but please give her our sincere thanks to her. I know she's been a big part of your life and our chapter here. Thank you. One of the things, Charlie has been a great role model. Again, I just want to say how you give back, Charlie, and I think to the entire community, we're very grateful for you. Now it's my pleasure to invite our next speaker, my colleague, the director for the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership, Dr. Jay Barbuto. Jay, Jay said you better be nice to me and say a few good words. So give me for another 5 minutes, please. No, I want to make sure I give the due credit to Jay Barbuto for what he has accomplished. Jay came here in 2011. As Terry alluded, Anil had invited him to come and start a Center for Leadership here. And what he has achieved in this time is incredible. His mantra, I see all the students here, connect. Come on, guys, help me out. Develop and serve, right? I think there is a mantra here. But more importantly, what I appreciate about Jay is the fact that he understands that there is an academic component, that we're serving the students. What we do is not only what we do in the classroom, but the co-curricular activities that help them grow. And that's what the center does. But he also understands that there is a service to the community and involving many of our faculty and experts, but also supporting the business community with various offerings of the programs that he has accomplished, helping build a brand and connecting. Our leadership awards in the community is well recognized today because of the importance of these awards. So all of that has helped elevate the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership. So with that said, Jay, come on up and tell us. I'm all yours, eh?
That was nice. Well, first of all, thank you, everybody, for being here today. This is an exciting day for everyone here. Every person in this room has a stake in this wonderful achievement, in this wonderful celebration. Every person in this room has been part of this journey, and every person in this room will continue to be part of this amazing journey. The center was started to infuse leadership into every level of the university. Programs for undergraduate students, programs for graduate students, programs for alumni and staff, programs for executives, programs for businesses, as well as programs for the general community. And we've developed initiatives and programs that touch every level of our stakeholder community. This new building is going to elevate those things. It will elevate everything we do at the center. It will be better. Every life we change at the center can be even more impactful. Every possibility for the center becomes that much more limitless. I had a wonderful opportunity when we knew that Werner Erhard was going to have his legacy a part of this project. I started setting up monthly meetings with Werner Erhard. Some of you know, some of you don't know this. And so I had a wonderful opportunity. Every month we would get on a call, and I got to know him and he got to know me. And one day I asked him, I said, Werner, what do you want your legacy to be?
How do you want to be remembered? And a lot of you who know Warner, you probably can anticipate what he might have said. What he told me was, I don't get to decide that. He said, every person will decide for themselves what my legacy will be and how I will be remembered. Well, Warner, I'm going to tell you what your legacy is going to be. Here, we are going to find synergy between the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership and the wonderful teachings and the wonderful lessons that Warner has brought to the world. We will elevate leadership on campus and in the community. We will elevate personal development for students and professionals. We will open up the hearts and minds of leaders to limitless possibilities, to empower them to become their best selves. You know, as a great world leader, Maya Angelou has a wonderful quote. Many of you have heard it. She said, you know, in the end, people won't remember everything that we said. They won't. And in the end, people won't remember everything that we did. But what people will never forget is how you make them feel. When people come to Landmark Hall, when people come to the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership, when people participate in things, when people study leadership at the Earhart Institute for Leadership Studies, we want them to feel more connected. We want them to feel more capable of leadership, and we want them to feel greater purpose in their lives. If we can make these true, then we have all done our jobs, and well. Thank you.
I know I want to recognize President Alva's here, so thank you for being, and I appreciate you making the, yeah. Well, I'm going to invite our VP of University Advancement, Kim Shiner, before we bring President Alva. You know, Kim has been here for a short time, but she's already made an impact. She brings a wealth of experience, and I've had many opportunities to interact. Kim, thank you for everything you do to continue to support us. Appreciate it.
Good morning, everyone. So we know from hearing from all of our speakers and folks that leadership transforms lives and leadership transforms communities. And this project is certainly transforming Cal State Fullerton and our students, and I'm so excited to be here and to be a part of this. So I recognize that I'm the only thing standing in between the president's remarks and putting that shovel in the ground. So I'm going to be brief, but I would be remiss as the Vice President for University Advancement to again thank all of our supporters who've really given their time, their talent, and their treasure to really see this project and to see, come to where we are today. I want you to know that this project has an impact as being one of the first substantial buildings to be largely privately funded. And that really is changing the way the university looks at fundraising and friend-raising and how we do things. So this is really a model for the work that we do. I want to recognize those folks here that have been the leaders and drivers of this project. And you're going to hear some names again, but it's okay. It's important to show our gratitude and to continue to make sure we thank those that are really behind this. So first, Terry Giles and your wife, Callie, thank you so much for your dedication and your vision and being a leader of this campaign and really bringing so many together in support of this project. I've worked with you for a really short time, but I've really enjoyed getting to know you, and I look forward to our continued work together. Next, Charlie Zhang. I haven't had the opportunity to meet you and get to know you, but I hope to do so. But thank you, Charlie, for really being the first one to step up with that first philanthropic gift. That was amazing. Thank you for your support. Scott O'Brien and your wife, Deanna. Joe Madero and Karen. And I also want to make a special acknowledgement to donors to the Earhart Institute for Leadership Studies, some of whom have come all the way from the Bay Area and as far as Florida and Texas to be here with us today. Mr. Harry Rosenberg, CEO of Landmark Worldwide. I got to say hello to you earlier. Peter and Sharon Fikowski, Jerry Baden and Stan Carpenter, George Martinez, and Linda Drake. Let's give them all a round of applause and everyone that has committed so much to this project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kim. Appreciate it. And it's always a pleasure now to introduce our next speaker, President Sylvia Alva. You know, President Alva began her career here as professor of child and adolescent development, then went on to take many leadership positions, including dean at CSU Northridge, provost at Cal Poly Pomona, and executive vice chancellor of academic and student affairs at the chancellor's office, but then said, I got to get back home. So thanks for coming back here and serving as our president. Please put your hands together for President Sylvia Alva.
Thank you so much, Sri, and this really is home and a place that I love and will always cherish the wonderful time that I spent here. I want to thank all of you for joining us today in such a historic and important event and moment in the history of Cal State Fullerton. Fittingly, we are in the College of Business and Economics, and this is a college that is nationally recognized to be among the finest business colleges in the nation. It is also nationally recognized as a beacon of excellence and thoughtful leadership in Orange County and beyond. As the only CSU in Orange County, we pride ourselves in providing a world-class, student-focused education, grounded in academic excellence and in personal and professional growth and development. Here, our diverse and very talented students are empowered, they're encouraged, they're motivated to be those positive change agents in their communities and in their professional lives. We proudly boast that Cal State Fullerton is ranked #2 in the entire nation on social mobility, which means that Titans excel after they graduate and make powerful and lasting impacts on their career as well as their communities. Today, we celebrate the groundbreaking of Landmark Hall, a moment that propels us forward to even higher levels of excellence. Much like in Fields of Dreams, when our Titan alum, Kevin Costner's character, heeded the advice, if you build it, they will come. We are building. We have heard from several speakers about this ambitious project and all that made this possible through their private support. But more importantly, there's a vision here. There's a vision to be the global hub for leadership development and leadership engagement. Landmark Hall will represent a significant milestone as one of the first buildings to be almost entirely privately funded. And as Kim Shiner indicated, this is a new normal for the CSU, particularly given the fiscal reality that we're confronting. Your generous support, your investment in the future, your collaboration will certainly be important in helping to shape future generations of leaders. Inside these walls, the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership will extend programming beyond the College of Business and Economics to benefit students in all disciplines. Landmark Hall will be available to all students which I think is so important because not only do we have a large student population, we have among the most diverse student populations, and about 60% of our students are first generation. And I tell individuals that when you're first generation to college, you're also first generation to career. And it's so important that we create opportunities to nurture, to mentor, to support our first generation students to be successful in their careers and in their professions. So we expect Landmark Hall to not only support our students, but to increase our national and international brand, not only for Cal State Fullerton, but also the College of Business and Economics. As we've heard from Vice President Shiner, many generous donors have brought their support to this very ambitious project. Join me in thanking them one more time with a warm round of applause. I would be remiss if I didn't personally thank Terry Giles and his spouse. Thank you so much, Terry. Your unwavering commitment has been the driving force behind this campaign, and I thank you for your stewardship and your belief in the power of education and in the power of leadership. As we embark on the grand opening and the groundbreaking of Landmark Hall, I really want to just one more time acknowledge that this is a team sport, right? And I see many members of the university's leadership team here and want to take an opportunity to also thank them for all that they do day in and day out to bring this project to fruition. So would you join me in thanking them as well? Landmark Hall. What a fitting name. Fitting name that will set us towards an ambitious and attainable goal, and to establish the groundbreaking for a leadership hub, a place where leaders come and continue to grow, engage in the world of leadership. So I want to thank you all for being part of today's event. Let's continue to build a bright future, a future filled with promise, opportunity, and boundless possibilities. Go Titans.
All right. Now for the exciting groundbreaking ceremony. But before that, would you please allow me 30 seconds? You know, if you had come here a week ago, this place was filled with furniture where our students would sit and enjoy. But the team transformed this. So I'm going to call out a few people that I want to make sure I thank before we go out for our ceremonial groundbreaking. But I want to start off with Alexa Rogers. Alexa, I know you've been a critical part of this. Thank you for everything you've done and to support us. I really appreciate it. And Jenny Stewart. Jenny, where are you? Thank you. Paul Stover. Paul? Okay, great. Thank you. You know, and Aaron Schuster. Aaron, where are you? My partner in crime, my assistant, and but she was responsible for the project, so I can sleep easy. I know everything was going to be done, but we are the face of the team. This took an entire team. I want to congratulate and thank all of my staff that have been part of this, whether it's the advancement team, whether you're talking about the dean's office team, the university team, all of them that helped make this a special day. So please, a nice round of applause to all the staff members and the students who are a big part of that. And I'll be remiss if I forget my good friend Carlos Leja. I'm not forgetting you, Mr. Carlos. Greg Sachs and Carlos were a team partner and our partners in crime, so thank you for helping with them. Before we head out, just a couple of quick instructions. So now we'll be heading out through the corridor and for our ceremonial groundbreaking. What you will see is the fantastic work of the marketing team, the CB, the marketing team that has transformed, all the different renderings you will see, so you're fully informed. So please let's take a walk. I'm going to have the ambassadors or the staff members to guide the first 2 rows first, and then we'll have the rest of them join there. So if you can do that, and then we'll go there, we'll have the ceremonial pictures followed by lunch. Anything else am I missing? My instructions are clear. I think after that, I'm handing it over. Are we ready? Did we get the first 2 rows? Okay. Can we have the first 2 rows? And then the rest of them can follow. Thank you again. And we'll continue the celebration outside where we'll have the ceremonial groundbreaking ceremony. All right, please come on. Please come and join us for the ceremonial groundbreaking. And this is where Landmark Hall will be in 2 years. And Saurabh Singh is guaranteed in spring of 2026. The pressure is on Saurabh. So we will have the ceremony. So I'm going to pass it on to make sure that we can have the lineup and for the shawl ceremony. We will do the groundbreaking. The first group.
There's only 3 shovels. Okay.
Really? We can use it.
Okay, we're gonna get started because it's warm. So Terry and Callie, if you can please come up as well as President Alva, Charlie, Zhang, as well as Jay Barbuto. And then we're going to have you remove your name tags, if you don't mind. You can hand them to Jenny. We're going to get you right next, yeah. Sorry, it's a wedding. We need a shovel? We need shovels. I don't know. We don't.
Jay, can you go?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just don't want people to hear me talk. Okay. So Terry, Callie, and Charlie, if you want to grab the three with the bows. And then Dr. Alva needs, President Alva needs.
Yeah, they're new shovels. I know.
Okay, on the count of three, we will officially break ground. 1, 2. Thank you, Janet. Woo, look up. You can look up for the photos. Beautiful. It's like paparazzi. Okay, so the next really fun thing we're going to do is all turn and look up on the second floor. Oh, there's some folks up there waiting for us. We are going to take one big group photo once we see the photographer running up the stairs. Poor guy. Robert.
Is there a code up there? Yeah. Photographer.
He's running up.
Oh, there he is.
Robert.
And then we need trolls too.
Okay. 1, 2, cheese. Oh. Okay. Okay, the next group. Okay, perfect. So, thank you all for bearing with us. We're going to get the next group on up there. It will be Terry. We'll do the Earhart Institute donors. So, donors with the Earhart Institute. So, this group, I'm going to take your name tags as you go up as well, though. And we can hold your bags as well. There we go. Alexa, will you help get kind of the Earhart folks? The Fikowskis, Mr. Martinez, yes, Linda. The Fikowskis are up there. Terry, you're in this too. I know. Yeah, I think we want you in this as well. I think you and Callie are probably going to stay stationary for a while. Callie. Did we lose Callie? Oh.
She's straight ahead. This is an extra from Dr.
Shri, are you in these? I think so. You know? You don't want to be in these? That was a look from the boss. Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm just moving it. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, do you want to get President Alva J, the students, with Amir? Amir, yeah. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
The next group, President Alva, Dr. Barbuto. I believe there's some lovely students from the Giles O'Malley Center. If you can get in the photo, please take your name tags off. We can set them on the table. Oh, who's who? Uh-oh. Who's got the better? But this one's a little heavier. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We can. Oh no, you did not. You had it in your hand. Yes, all Giles O'Malley students, if you can head to the front for photos, please. I think you had it in your hand when you went up there.
Oh no, I have it.
Okay, good. Oh, good, good.
I'm gonna get going. Otherwise, did you need me for any of these?
No,
if you want to do that? Okay,
Thank
so
you
next
so much.
time we can though, okay?
Yeah,
because
sure.
I really want to be connected in with this.
Okay, yeah,
especially when we're talking
absolutely.
leadership.
Say that
Yeah.
again.
City leaders are important too. Can we? Is there on the next one? Can we do the representatives from the elected offices?
Okay. Sarab, you're in this too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sarab. Okay.
Next one, can we do representatives from the elected office? They can be included
Yeah,
with the others.
we can let us get through a few of these, and then we'll. That lady just left from Fullerton though, so I told her we weren't going to. Anil, isn't? Did you see Anil? I saw him earlier, but I haven't seen him since we Anil, is Dr. Puri out here? Anil. We're adding you in.
Anil, you want to go over next to Sheree?
Hey, how are we gonna get out?
This is so exciting.
It is, isn't it, Terry?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I mean, I know they're here, but are they out here?
It's
Yes.
amazing.
Okay, thank you. So at this time, students and some of our other guests, you're more than welcome to join us for lunch on the patio, but we're still going to be taking some photos with some folks. So, yes. So the next group, I'm going to hand it over to Annie, because I don't know who any of these people are.
So for the next photo, can we have the representatives from the elected offices join us up here for a photo? Anyone who's left?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And then
we'll ask
maybe
them.
the dean.
Okay.
Why don't you go up? Oh, yeah.
Okay. Paula. It's all going to be worth it in the end, these great photos. So thank you. Thank you for bearing with us. It's all going to be worth it. Will you go get Fran and Julie? Yeah.
Should Terry be in this or no?
I don't.
Oh, and where's President?
She's right here.
University advancement. Oh, the Giles O'Malley Center. The board members.
Yeah, so I need to do this. Charlie.
He was in the picture.
Okay.
He was in the first picture.
Okay. I thought so. Where's Fran? Okay.
Yes.
Board of Governors.
Kind of wrap it up.
Okay, the next group, Shri, Terry, Callie, Fram, and Julie, I believe, are coming up. Shri, Terry, Callie. we got you in a photo? Oh, good. Okay, it's great to see you. No? Okay, that's what. Okay, I don't. This is what I. Okay. Okay, the next group, the Giles O'Malley Leadership Center Board. I saw Joe, Terry, past and present. After this photo. Oh no, this is what he wanted. This is what he wanted. The Giles O'Malley Leadership, the Center Board. Any members from the Center Board who are up? Joe, who else? Oh, Rod, Terry. Take your name tags off, please. I can hold them.